slept. I made sure that I found a way through a cloud of haze. Every day I wept, found how to live through all them cloudy days. You know the mind's a maze with all its mixes. It's always hard to get the entire scope of the picture. 1080p, that's you or the busters, yeah, obsolete. Can't fuck with me, excuse my French, but I'm not discreet. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned my lesson. I learned 1996 birth, one of the greatest weapons untold. I'm destined to reach heights thought I could never see, but foolish thoughts rampage my heart and let me not reach the peaks that's entrusted to me. My belief shatter off past actions. I grieve, but grievance never really matter. It's how I choose to act differently in the coming battles to overcome my limitations and get out my shadow. But it's hard to wade in this water, but it was never shallow. Fuck it, let me get the paddles. Fuck that now, let me get this castle. Fuck that now, let me get this battle.
What's good, everybody? What it do? Welcome to Squad Nero, your ultimate hub for all things anime. Whether you're a seasoned otaku or just stepping into the world of anime, you found your crew. I'm Sage, joined by Croco's Corner, Chef D, and T Smooth here to guide you through epic battles, hidden gems, and unforgettable stories across anime, animation, film, and gaming. Tap in each week as we break down the latest, debate the hottest takes, and celebrate the culture. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And now, let the journey begin. What's good, everybody? Obviously, I could tell Nino is not here today. He's actually got a long overdue vacation. So, hoping that Nino is having a great old time and everything like that. He shall be back with us regularly scheduled programming, I believe, next week. Nonetheless, got some crazy things going on. D23 just passed. They dropped some trailers. We got a leaked trailer for a super high and upcoming Spider-Man film. Leaked, actually. And then we have... What else? Was I bugging? I said D23, right? Was there anything else? Oh, Lanterns is supposed to be dropping today. What's good, Miss Shorty? Appreciate you for stopping on by as always. All right, let's get into this. Obviously, first topic for the honorable mentions. We obviously cannot show this leaked Beyond the Spider-Verse trailer, but just to make sure everybody in the pod, were y'all able to see that joint? I know we
that joint was cold. That joint was cold. That joint was cold. That's all I gotta say. It was cold. We gonna be eating good when we see that.
For it to be a leaked trailer, that joint was icy. I'm not gonna lie. We got a little bit of a snippet of what was it, Beyond the Spider-Verse?
Yep.
Continuation of how that ended, and they got the comedy. They are so effortless with it. Comedy, action, story. They just have it. That's probably why people like that story so much, like these Spider-Verse movies so much. It's like seamless how they're able to have all of these different things just interact and marry with one another on the big screen. Now, you got any thoughts on it?
I mean, it didn't seem like it fell off at all from, like the previous iterations of the movies, and it seemed like it's gonna have just as much, if not more, action, from the previous versions of it. So I really didn't have any complaints.
Question, and I don't want to go into diatribe or anything about why you think it is or why not. Do you think that he's saving his father in this last movie? Yes or no?
I think
he saved the father. I don't think so either.
I think they want it to be where he doesn't, and I think that is going to be somehow tie in to the live action Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm. I can see the same thing. I don't think the Pappy is surviving, sadly. So,
because if you think about it, it put him in, like, if they did have something, like if they had something like that happen, which the closest thing is it happening with his father. If they have that, then the animated series can almost function as like the prequel to the live action. So it's like, do you squander that opportunity?
Very true.
I don't know.
Super curious about it though. When did they say it was supposed to drop? This June?
Yep, next June.
Next June. In between Spider-Verse, Doomsday and Secret Wars. Super interested. They could do some crazy stuff. They could bring Miles Morales in. if they wanted to into the MCU. So hopefully that is the case. But nonetheless, if y'all have the opportunity to go see it, it might still be out there on the enters of net. You're gonna have to do some digging though, because I'm pretty sure Sony was on that ass, on everybody's ass about that leak. So hopefully, if you haven't seen it, you'll be able to see it. But tap into that. We got D23, like we said.
So, let me. Can I take the helm on this one
Lord have mercy. For what?
for D23?
No,
It's
we
one thing I
haven't
need to
do
start
that.
off with.
Not
It's
the
one thing I need to
D23,
start
yes.
off with.
Oh.
So, me being a Kingdom Hearts fan,
Oh Lord.
what do you mean, oh Lord? Me being a Kingdom Hearts fan, it resonated in me when they said that they were going to do an announcement on what is to come. A couple years back, after Kingdom Hearts 3 dropped, after waiting 15 years for that, which it wasn't the best in the series, but it was still an okay game. We found like 2 years after that, we got something on Kingdom Hearts 4, and then it went dead. Recently, the Nintendo had their direct, and we got more of an announcement for Kingdom Hearts 4 that'll be coming out to the Switch, and also that we'll be getting it soon. They never gave a date, but here we're at D23. They show a trailer of one of my favorite Disney movies as of recent years. You see Miguel and Coco.
I hope you're not looking up this damn trailer.
Is that a daggone problem?
Yeah.
I have sat through many trailers that you have.
How long did you want this podcast to be? Again,
It's only going to be a moment. Let me have my moment. That's all it is. But no, you want to be mean.
and folks, this is the same nigga that said I want this podcast to be around an hour long. And he
So
talking about stuff
to shut
he
up.
wasn't even supposed to talk about.
Actually, if we're talking D23, this was in D23.
Yeah, I was just gonna do the quick announcements, but it's okay.
Well,
We already
let me
here.
go through this real quick. So, as you can see, we open up with Coco, and everybody thought it was leading into the movie for Coco 2, which we did get that announcement for 2029, where Miguel's older. But when this dropped, and you see Miguel, you see his uncle, they're in the world. They getting it popping with the parties and whatnot, and he's playing that. Now we see the Black Hearts coming up, and here we see Sora in their world. They're playing like we literally get extended gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 4, which was astounding. More about the story, why Sora is here, and even further, we get playable content showing that the user can actually control Mickey Mouse.
Is that
Because
the actual real world? Not to
Yes.
cut you off.
Yes.
So Sora actually lives in like the
Yeah.
real world type of thing.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
But now we have gameplay of like Mickey's trying to find a way to bring Sora back to the world that they're in.
Gotcha.
So we actually get gameplay of Mickey going through like this random library that he's going through.
Reminded me
We
of
also
It
get
Takes
to
Two.
play as Goofy and Donald firsthand, and it's just dope. You get to see the whole world like brought to life in a video game for Coco, because like many of these Disney movies don't have games, and this has been the closest we got to actually being in a Disney world within these graphics. So the fact that we got something saying that Kingdom Hearts is dropping late 2027 warms my heart, and honestly, I am excited for everything that is going to come with this game.
Bruh.
I'm strongly hoping they bring the heat with this one. I need it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm right there with you. As somebody who loves Kingdom Hearts, has loved Kingdom Hearts for like I don't even think is a joke over 23 years now.
And now we're getting an anime
Like-
for it too.
I'm honestly those anime like they just haven't really, the Disney ones haven't really been that for me. So I mean I'm excited because I just like it's like live action anime or live action manga for me. Or anime for me. I'm always rooting for it to be good. I just do not have high expectations. But same thing for Disney in this case for animation of this sort. I do not have the highest expectations when it is from the Disney verse, but I will definitely peep any trailer and etc. But that game I know will hit. I'm very excited for it. That cannot be a greater treat for me in 2027. This is one of the games that I actually followed for an extremely long time.
I am going back to go replay through 1, 2, and 3 and every
Not
last one of
mad
them.
at it. I also do not have it yet. I don't believe
October
on
8th,
PlayStation 5T, so I will probably end up
which game?
getting involved with that. I don't think I have Kingdom Hearts for the P5 yet.
So they're dropping a full collection 1, 2, and 3 and everything come
That's what
October
I'm
6th,
saying.
7th, or 8th.
That's
So that way,
like
get
the
your hands
deal
on
for
it,
me.
and you'll be able to play it. And it's
How
10
much they
games
charging for it?
For 10 games, you get for $70. 10
That's
games.
a deal. I was just about to say if it's
10
under
games.
$79.99,
Because they give you all the games for the DS, the 3DS, the PSP, the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and you get the one that came out on the 4th.
No, you need all that. Just give me 1, 2, and 3.
Well, then even still, if you just getting 1, 2, and 3 for $22 each,
That's not
with
bad.
upgraded graphics, not really that bad. But
No,
here's
it
the thing: if you want the full story, you got to play through every game.
I'm gonna
That
tell you
story
this.
confusing as shit though.
That's the whole point. That's why I'm looking forward to the anime. If they
It's
can
what,
actually,
yes, but that's what make the game so fun.
Confusing ass story.
It make it like, but the thing is, it's like you meant to be immersed in it. That's what made me a fan for all of these 23 years. Is the fact that when Kingdom Hearts come, I know that I'm getting a craziness that I don't necessarily get in any other game. And Matt, like having that at 6 years old, bro.
fire.
6, 7 years old.
Kingdom Hearts 2 was a staple in my household. I love that damn game.
Bro.
I remember when my godmother got me that game, the first one. It was
Like,
it was a moment.
I know Disney
Yes.
characters could be this cool.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I never was a big Disney person, and Kingdom Hearts was the thing that I was like, oh, they got me over here saying Donald Duck is wavy, or Goofy is wavy, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I never had an affinity for them, and then that's the one thing that kind of gave me that ability.
All right, there you go, Rob. There goes
All
Kingdom Hearts spiel.
So like T was saying, D23 they had some announcements. One of the announcements before they had bigger announcements as well, but this was kind of like, I guess one could say, one of their throwaway ones. This is their last live action superhero show outside of Daredevil Born Again, if I'm not mistaken, that Marvel and Disney has approved of, called Vision Quest. It's coming out before Doomsday, September or October, if I'm not mistaken. Dropped a trailer for it. Let's tap into it.
Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
I was a different person back then.
How about now? Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No. Home is just me.
It's like I'm losing my
Who am I? I was an Avenger, but I'm not a hero anymore. I have his face, but not his virtue. All I have is his name.
Welcome home, Vision.
I talk to friends.
This house is getting crowded, Vision.
Ultron! Human avatars only.
Sir, I cannot overstate the dangers of keeping him around.
Yes, but he is a...
Dad? Papa? Peepaw.
I'm a stranger to myself. That family wasn't real.
You sure about that?
I had a father, a machine called Vision.
Muzzle tough. It's a boy.
How is this possible?
Free us all. and save your son. Was to understand my purpose.
With a genocidal maniac inside your head.
Nothing bonds a family together quite like mortal jeopardy.
Not gonna lie, right off that trailer, this might be one of the best MCU shows that we've visually seen. That's
Bro,
off the visuals.
they
I don't know if
gone
it's the
so,
CGI.
bro. I'm right there with you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the
No, you good.
hypothesis that I was going to make in regards to this is I believe that they are going to start the MCU with some heat, and in the MCU with potentially some heat right after we get Wonder Man, which was pretty well praised, and then you add to that we just got a Spider-Man movie that impressed people a lot, and then you add to that this is sandwiched in between that and Avengers Doomsday, which everyone has high hopes is going to also be a very good movie. I guess more than even a critique on this, it makes me have a question, and that question is like, is this going like is there gonna be in a position where they really won't like be able to fully end live action for TV series, because I feel like this is gonna leave people wanting more.
I don't think they will. I think they're just like quality over quantity aspect now. They will. They still doing Daredevil and everything like that. Now, if they exited out of Daredevil, then I'd say, all right, live action is dead. Live action shows are dead. But I think they just picking and choosing.
So is it kind of like a once in a blue moon thing, kind of like how they do the showcasings when it's live action?
I guess, yeah. I'm assuming that they might pick more well established characters in order to do like shows instead of even though Wonder Man was highly praised and everything like that, it was still classified as an experimental project, like a Miss Marvel, like a Moon Knight, like a Ironheart, all of that jazz. Secret Invasion, a terrible experiment. Nonetheless, I just think that they're trying to lock in. Hey, what IP out of these characters that we have is really gonna want people to get Disney Plus? Let's just not do it just because we got a good story for this character that nobody barely knows about or is barely checking in about. Let's actually put it behind characters that people know, i.e. Daredevil and or Vision and everything like that. Nonetheless, supposedly Jim Hammond is supposed to be in this joint too. If you don't know, Jim Hammond is the first what's it, Human Torch? He was an android.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly. So I'm like, hey, that's gonna be fire. And if they do something that connects Ironheart's AI too, potentially, that'll be fire too. I'm curious. There's a whole lot of questions still about this series though, but
Visually though, I do agree. It looks really good.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Like all of the colors that, first of all, like all the colors that we had in WandaVision back here, which I think is good because you kind of are using that is something where when you're doing something that's visual, it's brought up in a lot of different disciplines: entertainment, marketing, advertisement, digital design. The idea of like how the colors kind of can sync you into like identification. Brands, you'll see it all the time. Like even us right now, our most recent logo, you see those colors, you know, if we have a different iteration of those, like if we have a different presentation of those colors, you'll know those colors are tied to us. And in this regard, if you're somebody who follows the show, so like the fact that they brought like this kind of ties into the whole Wanda saga, and they keep that there, but we also do know that we are going to be like, as far as I know, everything is in present time, right? There's no like vestige of the Wanda pocket dimension world thing, right? This is
I don't think so. I think this is within Ultron's mind. Because I mean, not Ultron, Vision's mind, since technically he did incorporate Ultron into his own AI, if I'm not mistaken, and that's how Vision ended up beating him in the end of Age of Ultron, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
Yeah, so I have high hopes for this to be really good, and we just have to go from there. But nice showcasing from Marvel from Marvel this year.
Tommy is supposed to, was it Billy from Agatha all along?
Yeah.
Now we're doing Tommy, which is the other son of Vision and Wanda. I think he's the one that has the speedster powers, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay.
Yep.
So very interested to see how that goes along. I'm curious if it actually ties in with anything Doomsday related. Potentially not, but yeah,
Wanda
probably just the Wanda side.
There's no way, like, they're being very silent about it, but like everything points to the fact that Wanda has to have, if not a presence in these next two Avengers movies, which I think is highly doubtful that she does not have a presence in these next Avengers movies in some capacity. Whatever comes after, which we know again is supposed to be predicated on the X-Men. So like, it makes me think all of these years we've been talking about, how does Wanda play a part in the mutants? She could end up being the big build-up or background build-up during the mutant saga, which, based off what we've seen from, I guess, spoiler alert if anybody hasn't seen Spider-Man yet, but what we've seen in Sadie Sink's Jean Grey, it kind of fits. We could have a deeper, darker kind of conversation on that when Nino is back. But like, when you really, if the tone that we got from Jean Grey is the tone for the mutants, this really does build. They like really got something that's already been cooking and brewing, and it would have been brewing since WandaVision, with Wanda having a big kind of fallout around, not fallout, but a big kind of conclusion with either the MCU and the Avengers and X-Men as a whole, or just even the X-Men. Very curious to see how that plays out.
They're cooking a lot of threads, I'm curious. T, how did you feel about that trailer?
Honestly, like, when it comes to Vision, I'm actually looking forward to this, because if you think about it, it's like part 3 to WandaVision. For it's like a trilogy for that, because you had WandaVision, then you had Agatha all along, which involved her son, and now we have this one involving Vision. And we can see at some point that it talks about his son. So is that Tommy or is that Billy? That's the question.
It's Tommy.
Because
It's Tommy.
It's Tommy?
Yeah.
So then Billy is also looking for Tommy. So will Tommy show his speedster attributes while we're watching? We don't know.
Fair point. Because with Agatha all along, we didn't really get a huge showcasing with Billy. So if Tommy's in the same,
technically
with his powers and everything, yeah, right?
Yeah, but it was technically, but it wasn't like a real pronounced showing.
Yeah.
So I wonder, is it the same thing for Tommy in this?
But the thing is, with Billy, like, I understand it wasn't noticeable, but when you're sitting there realizing when she explains, it was you the whole time.
Right.
We had it. Fair. It's not like it was subtle. It was right there in their daggone face. Every trial and tribulation they went through, every person that got bodied by whatever was following them on that road. That was all Billy.
Let me rephrase it a little bit. Okay. Do we get a showing of Tommy in the same capacity as Billy, in the sense that it's not like him full on speedster and we see that, but the influences throughout the series are all due to things that Tommy did through his speed force
I can kind of see
ability.
That. Possible.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, I mean, when it comes to those
Low-key.
shows, from WandaVision to Agatha All Along, now keep in mind I finished WandaVision, which I thought was pretty cool, but wasn't necessarily my general cup of tea for the episodic how they did it. Agatha All Along, I never even finished it, to be honest with you. But both of those shows come from good stock, basically. I'm assuming that this
Yes.
Vision Quest is gonna be generally the same thing. You know?
Yes. It had the most cohesive storytelling outside of maybe Loki.
Since Endgame,
Yeah.
probably outside of Loki and Spider Man,
Yeah.
those two. I understand. I understand. You can't necessarily go wrong, and you just got the visuals on point. You got James Spader returning as Ultron, like you can't really lose at that point in time. James
And if
Spader
it's
is a
again,
great
if
voice.
it's fire going into Doomsday, and then in Doomsday, let's say hypothetically speaking, let's say we do get some viewing of Wanda in Doomsday. If it plays off of Vision Quest, which I remember reading way back, that it was Vision Quest was supposed to have some tie to Doomsday, or to Doomsday or Secret Wars. If we do get a pickup with Wanda in Doomsday, and it's playing off of the heels of this, now you not only like you got to think about what we just said. After Endgame, arguably the three main things that we've gotten with the most cohesive nature has been Spider-Man, Loki, and the Wanda trilogy. All three of those things will be present. Two of which in Doomsday, one of which in Secret Wars. So that kind of almost is kind of putting to bed the whole idea how when everybody, we've been real critical on the idea how do they weave this stuff together into the Avengers movies. And it's like, okay, well, it might not necessarily be all of the elements that everyone per se wanted, i.e. the background on Doom, but it still would be them weaving a significant portion of what we have gotten since Endgame into the movies. That is a +1 to me for the Avengers movies. Like even without them being out, if that is the path that they do use, is the things that did have the strongest narrative, strongest kind of narrative motion in the MCU. I like that.
They might be cooking, y'all. They might be cooking. In other news for the D23 announcements, we're gonna have the main two Marvel ones later on as the main topics. We got Frozen 3's that's dropping fall 2027, Incredibles 3 dropping summer 2028, Zootopia 3, Billy Easy, Coco 2 that's dropping in 2029, and then I believe one of y'all said it earlier, Kingdom Hearts anime coming to Disney Plus. Those are the main ones. I'm pretty sure they did some more. It could be like some Frozen things or something like that.
Anime
Frozen
is
3.
very weird.
Incredibles 3.
Yeah, I already said that.
Ghost
Zootopia
Market.
3.
That was a Pixar movie. Coco 2. The Bluey
Really
movie.
interesting. Okay, so is Coco Pixar too? Or that's just Disney, like base Disney?
I wouldn't be surprised. Coco is Pixar.
Pixar.
Disney
It
and
is
Pixar. Yeah.
Very interested to see how Pixar. Because
Gato?
remember they had the
So-
whole layoffs.
Here's the fun part though. Did y'all see they announced Tangled live action?
You want to come back?
Wow.
And
Okay.
you know who's playing the witch?
Who?
Homegirl that played Agatha.
Okay.
Oh, really?
They
I can see that.
repurposed.
Yes. Percy Jackson, the Olympian, season 3 was announced. Oswald miniseries, the upload character that homie made, Walt Disney.
Oh,
Ice
wow,
Age,
okay.
new Ice Age movie, Boiling Point, Lilo and Stitch 2. Gato, it's a cat movie.
Let me ask you a question. The last live action that we got was
Lilo and Stitch.
it was Lilo and Stitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
Now, in terms of people buying it, right? Like going to the movies, it did perform well, right?
Yeah.
I think
But
so.
in terms of the movie itself,
I don't think people liked it too much.
No.
So if it's the same thing with Tango, do you think that Disney, in terms of those like live action movies, should keep going?
With Tangled, there's a difference. It's not like they had a lot of things you have to worry about CGI, like with Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Because Stitch does a lot. Like, the man threw a whole daggone car, and you have to, like, really do all that and then some. And they changed a lot with the story. Tangled is literally the story of Rapunzel.
Right.
You can't really mess that up in a live action, to be honest. You really can't. You just gotta... It's just gotta hit. Just don't remove the important parts from the story, which they did in Lilo and Stitch.
I think you bringing up a good point, because I was just about to use the example. I remember a lot of the backlash and everything that came from.
Yep.
I think it was Snow
Captain
White.
Bubbles was the worst thing that they messed up.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen it still.
That was
I
the
heard
main
it was
guy.
bad, and I was like, I don't want to do that this because I love Lilo and Stitch. So I was like, if people are telling me it's not good, I don't really want to see it because I like I like the memory that I have from the animation.
Yeah.
But I think you brought up a really good point in that though, because Snow White also did not really. It had a lot of controversy around it, but it also did not really do well.
Yeah,
but
they made Snow
again,
White Spanish.
yeah, I know. But also to the actual movie itself, there was also a lot of CGI, right?
Bad. The movie wasn't bad. It was okay.
Did they change a lot of elements as well because of the CGI
really.
with the
Really
elves?
change the story of Snow White.
Right. It's like right. We're talking about classic Grimm Brothers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Certain stuff is straightforward, but Lilo and Stitch, where you got all that extra stuff that makes the movie look so great,
Yeah.
and you eliminate most of it trying to push it all together.
Right.
Yeah,
It doesn't work. Yeah, fair.
yeah.
Fair.
But then they announced Ahsoka season 2, Star Wars Starfighter with Jake Gyllenhaal. Is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Ryan.
Wait,
Is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
God damn.
Then they revisited that movie Hex. Zootopia 3 got announced. I'm not trying to talk about the stuff that we're going to be talking about. Frozen 3.
That's big. That is a big thing to come out. Not exactly big on our genre of things, but that is a really big news. Frozen 3.
But one cool thing is though, Magic Kingdom in Orlando is getting 2 new areas in the park added. Villain Land, and they're adding stuff to Frontierland for like cars.
Okay.
So they're revamping the Everest ride over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, making the Yeti like a little bit better.
Who took over?
What do you mean who
At
took
Disney?
over?
Bob Iger stepped down, right?
I think so.
Who took over? I wonder
I
if
don't
this is
think
him or the new person.
Oh, there's a new Indiana Jones ride coming to Animal Kingdom. Oh, we lit.
I don't think he stepped down as of yet. Let me double check.
Well, he got to because of the Lakers thing, right? So if he hasn't yet, it's got to be coming soon.
They had 2 new rides to
Bob
Animal
Iger
Kingdom.
officially
They
stepped
really
down
trying
as
to
the
come
CEO
up.
of Walt Disney March 18, 2026. He was succeeded by Josh D'Amaro, the former head of Disney Experiences and Theme Parks.
Yep. Okay, so it's probably still working off of the Bob Iger stuff, but the successor is getting handed a pretty nice position to be in, considering I think the weakest thing that Disney probably has out of everything that T just said is where is Star Wars exactly going to be going for the future. That'll be on the new person to determine.
Yeah.
Marvel seems to already have its direction laid out. Theme parks have not really dropped down that much in terms of quality. And T just said they having new rides coming out.
Yep, new rides for that. Hollywood Studios They're bringing a Monsters Inc. land, well, a Monsters Inc. ride that's gonna lift people 40 feet up in the air. A Wreck It Ralph attraction coming to Tokyo Disneyland. So they were giving like even park updates. So they're adding 2 new rides to Animal Kingdom, which I'm looking forward to. So I ain't going back for a while, so that gives me time for that to get built. It is expensive. It's expensive.
Very
Alrighty
good.
then.
Yeah.
D23 for the actual Disney Pixar animated films, live action film side. Also got some more. Speaking about Vision Quest in shows, Lanterns actually premieres tonight. Before the episode drops, what are our thoughts from what we have seen so far? If you haven't been tapped into, James Gunn did release, I believe it was 5 minutes of the first season. The first 5 minutes of it, kind of crazy. And I realized I was kind of nitpicking when we talked about it in a group chat, because it was a scene. If you haven't watched it, it's the first 5 minutes of the show. I could give two flying fadoodles. There's a scene where Jon Stewart is a kid and he's watching Hal Jordan speak about his Green Lantern and how he has no fear. I guess supposedly he wasn't supposed to have the TV on after a certain time. Pops came home and was like, all right, I'm going to test your gangster. Put an apple on his head and shot the fucking apple. And I'm sitting here online and niggas is trying to make excuses. Hey, yeah, nah, military men usually move like this. I'm like, nigga, huh? Crazy. But it could just be me nitpicking. I don't see a world where a loving father, is putting an apple on his son's head and shooting it for target practice and then asking him if he's scared for the Green Lantern title. Supposedly, and I'm not too familiar with Green Lantern comics, so this could be right up Jon Stewart's background. I don't know, though. But nonetheless, they dropped another trailer, if I'm not mistaken. It has piqued my interest. I'm not gonna lie. Me and Shawty probably gonna watch it later on tonight.
Yeah.
In the next couple of minutes, because it drops at 9 p.m.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do agree with what you just said. Like, I don't really know exactly what they going for with Jon Stewart here, and I didn't think that would be the turn off for me.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being, with it looking like there might be some questions that I have in regards to that, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If it's bad, they gotta redo this whole thing.
Luckily, it seems like critics have been coming out since obviously they've seen the show before us, and they've been giving it glowing reviews. So
yeah, I hope they write and this. I hope they write and that it's good, because I don't know what reset with DC would act like. Do I know what it would mean? Absolutely not. But to add insult to injury, I just don't know if right now they need to be having another reset in the midst of everything happening in like the real world with the company. I don't know. So I hope that this can be the start of a turnaround. But so far, if this is a dud, and by the time we get to the last episode, if this series is a dud, we gonna have a problem on our hands. And I think everyone more or less would say it at that point, if they haven't already.
It's gonna be a real sticky situation over at DC. Super sticky situation. But yeah, we gonna watch that first episode. We'll come back to y'all next week, let y'all know what we think about it so far. Is it just one episode, or are they dropping like even more tonight?
I don't know.
All right.
I have no clue. See, do you know?
I think it's probably one episode off the top of my head. Are they dropping multiple episodes or just one?
I think it might just be one.
Just one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We shall see. Supposedly episode 1 ends with a bang. Supposedly the first 4 episodes is a little crazy, and then it gets more comic booky for the latter half of the series. So I'm genuinely curious about that. Last thing, I probably just had this playing in the background while we also ask about the question of the day, so we don't have to necessarily talk about it too long because it's not nothing too crazy. Media player. We got some more Marvel's Wolverine gameplay as it's about to release next month.
Please do not play the whole 20 minutes of this.
No, I'm not. I'm just having it in the background while we talk about this and then do the question of the day. But Marvel Wolverine's gameplay has released. IGN, a couple different places have talked about it, talked about their time with it. They played, I believe, the first couple of minutes, first level, and then I believe another one in Madripoor. I just wanted to show this part real quick, and then I'll just get y'all thoughts on it from what y'all see. But let me do this. This is just moves, techniques, and everything that they're showing right there.
You think we'd fuck up something this important? Essex built Team X to protect mutants. You couldn't even protect him if you hadn't left. Exactly. Enough of this shit. We don't need you, Runt. Never did.
Make this quick! It's been 48 hours since Essex was captured. We may already be too late. You good?
Yeah! Guess Trask and his goons still hate mutants.
Yeah, well, give them a new reason to hate us.
Hey.
All right.
To me.
We're gonna have this playing in the background while we ask the question today and everything. But how did y'all tap into this new gameplay that they released? Or
I have not seen it. I haven't seen it in full detail. I just seen like clips of it and whatnot on social media, but I'm getting it. There's no doubt about that. I know I'm gonna get it. I know I'm gonna play it. I'm excited for it. Like T, I'm pissed that they announced the system with it because I'm not like
might be already lead.
Wolverine is to me what Spider-Man is to you. So
Looks like she took off into the industrial park.
I would have got the whole thing. I would have planned on trading in my system to get the Wolverine one. They can't. This can't be no. They could do no wrong with me with this. It looks good. It all behaves good. The graphics look clean. The graphics look sharp. I like that they have, like different combat kind of setups for them, similar to some of the stuff that we were getting with Spider-Man. I didn't really even think that they would have something like that. I guess I don't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't. I know people are a little sad that like what we just saw right there on the screen, which was like the idea that the blood and whatnot dissolves and doesn't stay on the suit and whatnot, but that's such a minor detail to me. I love that it's stealth. It kind of reminds me like Insomniac's Batman in the sense of that, like the fact that, when I think about like the Arkham Asylum games, which I had a wonderful time playing those games. I absolutely enjoyed those games. For us to be able to get that with Wolverine, where it's kind of like predicated in stealth, it's not necessarily like the theatrics and the jumping and the web slinging that you get with Spider-Man. Like, don't get me wrong, that's awesome to have in Spider-Man. Everyone loves that. But to just kind of get a game where it's like as close as you possibly can get to like a super heroic, just human. It's just a nice switch up to have, and it's so great that we are getting this. And get to just kind of enjoy my favorite character.
my main thing that I like seeing about this too, and then we'll get T's thoughts, is that even though they're obviously changing the story, the comic background for like Wolverine a little bit. So instead of being with the X-Men, he's going with Team X, and the X-Men aren't even a thing in this universe as of yet. Nathaniel Essex is in control of it. He's not Mr. Sinister as of yet. I still like that they keep some of that comic continuity still intact with like how Wolverine and Sabretooth act around each other. it's not. You would think they were both a part of Team X, that they generally just like are a lot more cooler with each other in comparison to the comics, but you could still feel and hear that animosity, and they still got Wolverine to a T. He's moving backwards, putting up the middle finger with the claws. Like, I can't be too upset. And then seeing how visceral the gameplay is, this is basically what's that John? X-Men Origins Wolverine on crack. And I'm
Yeah.
loving it.
I'm
I'm
glad
loving
you
it.
brought that up because I was just gonna say like a lot of it does feel like they're taking a bunch of different elements between Wolverine from like just the history of the character outside of comics, outside of music, like all of it, or music, excuse me, movies, like everything kind of feels like it's fair game in this game. While they're also still doing their own original story. Like the point that you brought up with Sabretooth is they do like kind of they stay in the basis of the relationship for the most part that we kind of get with Wolverine and Sabretooth, but it's not as extreme per se as it is in the comics. um but it's still like that's where you kind of get a moment where it feels like their own telling of the relationship between the two characters, something that can maybe build into being more extreme like what we've seen in the comic books. But even if it doesn't, um it's there's an interesting lore kind of behind it as it's presented in the game.
T, how have you been feeling about this? Did you peep the new gameplay that they released, or?
I'm good with the gameplay. Like, I have no qualms with it. Like, it honestly, Insomniac makes really good games, and the fact that Marvel gave them the ability to say, "Hey, we see what you did with Spider-Man, rock with Wolverine." It just means that we know this game might be like fire, especially with the gameplay. We've been getting a whole bunch of it. My only biggest gripe is that the boss fight they showed us, it literally looks like the Ben 10 game, or like big boss fights in general.
Oh, with the Sentinel?
Yep, but it is what it is. Like, in my opinion, they didn't have to have that in like be an enemy for Wolverine to fight. There's many other enemies for Wolverine to fight.
I'd be hard pressed to see a first mutant game and not see a Sentinel.
No, like I hear that, but I do kind of agree with T. Like first of all, when I think of games, the style of a fight usually seems to work well when it's a group fight, when it's a shooter. Like there's a bunch of different instances where I think that kind of works better in the first place. And then second of all, yeah, like dude, I would have much rather had a better usage of Sentinels. I understand, yes, it makes sense to have Sentinels in the game, but like barrage of Sentinels and you having to kind of like one by one disable them, like that kind of fits a little bit more to me. As an example, what I mean, how I had mentioned before that like this kind of feels like the Insomniac version of the Batman game. Remember in the Batman game when like you would have to go to one base and then fight a bunch of bad guys and then like disable something and go to the next part of it, fight a bunch of bad guys and disable it, and then go to the next part, fight a bunch of bad guys and disable it. Something like that in regards to the Sentinels feels like it just would have been a little bit better than just the giant Sentinel with the arm, brushing down and all of that. Like stuff like that to me, it makes me think like well, both of you, when we just got done playing Borderlands, like the mission in Borderlands, it felt like that where they had that version of a fight. It felt like that just felt more right. It fit a lot better than something where it's like this. I could do without it. I would have much rather just had the barrage aspect in that boss fight, something like that.
Well, we might actually get that though, because that big joint was just a prototype. Like they didn't even get the bottom half of the Sentinel taken care of. So that I'm guessing that's pretty early on in the actual story, and then we eventually get the barrage of Sentinels and all of that jazz later on down the line.
It looks like a solid game though.
Yeah.
Everything like what we're seeing now, what we have already seen. I do understand that some of these things do likely involve like cinematic shots, but I mean we've seen like what Insomniac has done with Spider-Man it does not make, and just technology and graphics of today, this doesn't look like it's gonna be far off from what we exactly would see in the game itself, and it all looks very good.
Mm-hmm. Hear that Sentinel boss fight? It just look good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Looks great. I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all think it's gonna be on par with Spider-Man 1 story?
I don't. So okay,
It's a big bar.
let me. I actually had to talk with somebody else about this. Are there side missions like there were in Spider-Man 1?
I don't think it'll be as much.
I think this game is just straight linear. That's gonna be the problem.
Why. So then that answers my question in regards to that. I just think everything that Spider-Man 1 had to offer, we don't necessarily get with this game, and for that, I don't know if I will be able to rank it above Spider-Man 1. But I do think for a linear, story-driven game, this will, like, every element that is involved for that will probably be more grandiose and more enjoyable than Spider-Man 1.
It looks like you still have like some type of side missions, like they have nightmare doors, where I'm guessing that's how you unlock Wolverine's memories. You go back in time, play a specific part in his long history and everything like that. Outside of that, though, I don't know too much more about any side mission content type of thing. But
you could get a lot of time out in Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like you do that if you 100% at that game. It like felt like it just took time.
Mhm.
You know, it was something where you could really. By the time I was done playing the first Spider-Man game, like months had passed, and I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice. New Game Plus will be unlocked first day too, unlike other Insomniac games as of recently. So that's a good thing, or any single player games recently. So that's a good thing. Have this playing in the background. Let's get into this question of the day. Niall, I know you came up with it. Do you want to ask, or did you want me to ask?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. So, kind of some news is related to this as well. So Jonathan, well, we know that I believe it's October 7th. What we all believe is to be the Marvel's version of of DC's Absolute Universe, essentially. Probably won't last as long. It's probably just going to be a small series, but it is referred to as Midnight from Marvel's. I believe it's dropping October 7th. One of the writers that's kind of been in the spotlight or highlighted for this is Jonathan Hickman. He is going to be doing Midnight X-Men. In addition to that, there was some news that Amani Valeni, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the last name right, but who we know as Miss Marvel in the MCU, is going to be getting her first shot at some writing gigs with a series that is going to be coming out with Image Comics. And it just kind of brought up this it's just a question that kind of came to my mind in regards to it. And it's when a high-profile writer, actor, or director leaves a massive safety net franchise to launch an original or unexpected creator-owned project or just something, are you instantly following them for their name alone? And I'll let you guys decide how to answer that. That was a good question, though.
It depends. Writer, high-profile writer, possibly yes. Especially like a Jonathan Hickman, like. This nigga has whatever he's touched has damn near been gold. Whether it be the Fantastic Four when he did that, the Avengers, New Avengers, Time Runs Out, Secret Wars, X-Men Krakoa days and everything like that. Jonathan Hickman has just been like that guy. Ultimate Universe as of recently. So I can see why people would just be interested just because of Jonathan Hickman. Now Imani, aka Miss Marvel, I don't know.
Right.
You can have the name, but if you don't have like the writing chops, I feel like people, because you can be a big name all you want. That doesn't mean that you necessarily create like an impeccable story or anything, keeps folks captivating, or all of that jazz. Not saying that she's not capable of doing it. It's just I don't think she's had any examples of it in her time. And not to say that I won't tap into it. It's just going to be a lot more difficult for people, even if they do have the name, if they don't have the background, it's gonna be hard for people to actually invest time into it, especially in this day and age we're in now.
I feel that. T, before I go, what do you think on that? Oh, I think he locked it on, so I don't know. All right, well, while T is down, I will go and give mine. No, Sage, I 100% agree with you. It's the same for me. It's like, you can't in the case of Jonathan Hickman, it's in where experience kind of shows. So it's like, yeah, I'll follow you. It's kind of like,
No,
when
my,
Jonathan.
my bad. Now let me answer that question. If
Okay.
you're saying like whoever would I follow him? The only person I would probably follow is Ryan Coogler because he's had proven work, like whatever realm because remember he did Black Panther, he did all these movies, but then he was supposed to get what's the movie that just got canceled with Marshall Ali? Blade.
Mm-hmm.
If he went and did Sinners and I followed him over there, and it was worth the follow.
Very good.
So
Very
it's certain
good
people they have to have a good track record for me to follow them. So that's my answer to that question.
Very good example with that. Like, see, I completely agree. When we talk about people, well, I think both of you summed it up extremely well. I'm not even going to linger on it because of how well y'all both summed it up. But it goes to the track record. It goes to the experience. The example with Jonathan Hickman, as you defined it, Sage, and with it being especially in the medium that the experience is in, like without a question, will. And with the example of Ryan Coogler that T used, it wasn't really that hard to follow Ryan Coogler in the Sinners. It wasn't that difficult to follow Ryan Coogler even into Black Panther, coming from like Creed and what was that one, the Fruitville Station. It was really easy. It was really easy because like, okay, well, this guy he did good with this. He did good with this. He did good with this. Like, yeah, I'll do it. And even with the TV show, with the X-Files TV show, it's very different from a lot of the other content that we've gotten from him at this point. But like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch that because everything else from him has been really, really good. I would say another example of that is Christopher Nolan. I'm not gonna lie to you, Miss Marvel. I do like her representation of Miss Marvel. I do like how she looks at like geekdom and nerddom. So I'm not turned off against viewing, her show when it comes out. I just can't exactly be as committed as I could to Jonathan Hickman doing his own series.
If it was Jonathan Hickman or Ryan Coogler doing
exactly,
or I don't know, Brian Michael Bendis or any of those other names, Scott Snyder, as of now with the Absolute and all of that jazz. I understand.
Now, if she were to do a really good job here, and then let's say she turned back around and said, okay, so I went from acting as Miss Marvel to writing in this one-shot series or this series that's coming out with Image, and then she turned back and said, okay, so now with knowing those two things and I had successes in that, I'm about to turn back around and I'm going to direct my own series with Marvel, and I'm going to take a spin at that. I might be more willing to follow her in that because it's like, okay, you already went to like several other things and you show aptitude in those things, so let me see what you got going over here. Yeah.
And she's the type of person where it looks like all the roles that she does, it actually looks like she cares. Miss Marvel, she truly cares about that. So if she's doing a comic series, is Image black owned or am I bugging?
No, it's not, but it is very it's usually a very good place for
diverse,
even established writers to go for fleshing out a story, something that means something to them.
Gotcha.
So she's going to the right place.
If there was any other actor that wanted to do this, I think I wouldn't even give them the time of day. But Imani and her work, what she's produced so far, I can at least give her a modicum of my time and energy to actually tap into this new series. So hopes that she comes out of this joint and now she has another avenue to go crazy in, you know. Hopefully. All right, main topics. We only got 2 for today. As y'all could tell, we talked about D23 a little bit earlier. Now let's talk about the real meat and potatoes, or I'm sorry, the big potatoes of D23, as Black Widow would say. First thing we got to talk about is that new X-Men cast. Let me figure out if I can find it. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Excuse me. New X-Men cast. We got what's this? Oh, let me just play this.
As Professor Charles Xavier, Christopher Abbott.
We got Sadie Sink. We got Kit Connors as
Emma Frost, Samara Weaving.
Emma Frost, Samara Weaving. We already talked about that before.
As Rogue, Indy Navarrete.
Indy Navarrete from Obsession as Rogue. Nice twist. We thought that she was
very proud to introduce as Storm, Maya Boyd.
And as Storm, Maya Boyd. Hey, and she pretty dark skinned too. Not gonna lie. Nonetheless, those are some of the main characters. We still got a couple more that they're trying to lock in right now. I'm pretty sure the Beast actor is that they had before. I think he's just holding out because he wants more money. Supposedly, from what I leak or rumor, or what have you. Adam Driver also came in, and he's been announced as Mr. Sinister. Nonetheless, I think this is a good looking, and I mean this figuratively, and what's the word? What's the other word? Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going for there.
I don't know. The most good looking cast, looks wise, and
Acting
for the plot, yeah, acting wise, that we probably ever seen for that X-Men cast. I'm not gonna lie.
Sage, let me switch over on the screen so we could get a big picture of them. I'll do it like this. Oh, let me do it like this. Because I do just want them to be able to see it. Okay, do it like that. Yeah, there we go. All right. And boom.
All right. Who's the person all the way to? Oh, Jake Schreier. My bad. From left to right. Jake Schreier, Maya Boyd, Sadie Sink, Christopher Abbott, Samara Weaving, what's that man? Kit Connor, and Indy Navarrete.
I'm only okay with the Rogue pick and Cyclops.
You're not okay with Sadie Sink?
Well, I have to deal with that. I'm okay with her.
Emma Frost. Storm.
We already talked about this. I wanted Jamie Lawson, so I'm good.
Okay, we did get Jamie Lawson, but look
thing,
at her.
Dude,
look at her. Look at her. Look at her. No.
Here's the thing, though.
No.
Here's the thing, though.
Look at her, because niggas was nitpicking this shit. No. Hold on. I gotta say this though. I gotta say this real quick. For all those people who got on Susie, Bim, I can't remember her last name. My apologies. Bimba, whoever the lady was that was in contention for this role, and she got blasted on social media because people didn't think that she looked good enough. You did good, shawty. Don't take it to heart. It's okay. Nonetheless, Maya Boyd, outside of Jamie Lawson, Maya Boyd looked just as good as Jamie Lawson.
But I never said she... Bruh.
So what's the point? What's the point?
Can I finish without you cutting me off? Yes, she has Broadway background. But has she starred in any movie? There's a difference between doing movie acting and Broadway acting.
Not really.
Yeah, but they usually
yes, it is.
transition very well.
Everybody
thing
on
is-
this X-Men
Denzel
cast started
Washington.
from Broadway.
Samuel
Adam
L.
Driver
Jackson,
started from
Denzel
Broadway.
Washington, Adam
All
Driver.
of these actors, every single last one of these actors, Sadie Sink, Christopher
I
Abbott,
wouldn't. Yeah, I
Samara
wouldn't
Weaving.
hold that to too much of a negative because we
But
have
I'm not
so
saying
many good
it's a
examples.
negative. I'm just saying this being her first gig, and she's playing one of the most like important characters within X-Men. Trust me, I know Halle Berry didn't do a good job as her. I know she didn't, but she was still like what we know as Storm right now. But my thing is this: I saw Jamie Lawson. Her acting chops is crazy. I've seen her in movies. Like her discography is crazy, and what she has done is crazy. And I think she would have been perfect for Storm. Maya Boyd, I haven't seen a lick of any of her stuff in Broadway. So it's like I don't have nothing to go off. I just know she was on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I'd be surprised that she did an amazing job. But I'm just saying it's like right now, I know what Jamie Lawson has done. I've seen what she has done. Maya Boyd, she could be great. She could be amazing, but I've not seen anything.
Hold on now. Before you say that, before you say what you gotta say, I just got a couple questions.
Okay.
Have you seen anything Samara Weaving was in before?
Yes.
Have you seen anything with Kit Connor before?
No.
Yeah.
Christopher Abbott?
No.
Kit Connor was in Ready Player One.
He wasn't the main character, was he?
I think, because I didn't even know, because I looked him up before the pod. Wade Watts. Was it Ty Sheridan? Where did that? Okay.
Yeah, Ray Watts was Ty Sheridan. Kit Connor played
a minor uncredited or minor. Okay, he was Reb Kid in Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One. Oh, he was a child back in the damn. Okay. Nothing too crazy. So basically, you haven't seen from two other people who are just as, if not, because we live in a society that we live in, more important characters.
Who are you playing Rocket Man?
Let me. All right,
now go ahead.
The biggest thing is like legit. Some of our largest and most well-known actors started all out in Broadway. Like, and usually their starting roles ends up being the role where like everyone literally falls in love with them. Like that happens more often than not. Samuel L. Jackson, as an example, had his start on Broadway. The first film that we got from him was Jungle Fever.
Oh, okay. I did see him when he was younger.
The first film that we got with Samuel L. Jackson was Jungle Fever. Played an incredible role in that movie. The second movie that we got from him, or excuse me, either second or third movie that a titular role in the film. So like, I get your point that it's like, dang, I do wish that we saw like more of them. I do understand that. I get that. I do understand that can help you to have more confidence. I can't say that the Broadway part turns me off, especially when I know how many people.
Here's the thing. I understand that. I get that, but I'm not taking it away. It's just that I haven't seen them do anything. Broadway, they could have been phenomenal. They could have been great.
You just can't have confidence with the character.
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not saying they're not.
Fine.
I'm
that's
not saying because now I have something to look forward to. If they do an amazing job, they do an amazing job. If they don't, kill them off in a multiverse. Maybe it's a hot take,
but I think that's maybe it's a hot take, but I do feel like knowing that this is because if we know it, she knows it. So it's like in her knowing that and just the track record that Broadway actors have, I think she might, and maybe this is a hot take, I think she might have the most impressive role, performance out of all of these actors. just because of her knowing that and the tradition and history from Broadway actors, yeah. Like I'm excited because this is her first role outside of Broadway. I'm genuinely like very pleased of her from that. In terms of this cast overall, I'm not mad at it. I think they hit it on the nail with I think they hit it on the nail. And I think once we see them in the X-Men attire, in the X-Men world, the X-Men aesthetic, it's gonna hit that much more. Like for anybody who has doubts,
She's only had 5
concerns,
roles
I think
in
just kind of
Broadway.
wait. Yeah, that's still dude, like she was with Elvin Ailey.
She played Merrily We Roll Along. Played 3 roles with that. Was an understudy. Then was a makeup artist. Then Mimi from Paramount. Then she played in *And Juliet*, being a replacement. And then Joe Turner's Come and Gone.
But she spent her whole life in
Molly
performance.
She could sing her ass off.
She spent her whole life in performance.
And for Ryan Coogler, somebody who hasn't missed on his casting roles, for him to even work with Jamie Lawson, know how potent she could be as Storm, and then immediately bypass her and land on Maya Boyd, somebody who, to T's on point, doesn't have any type of examples in a movie format of her acting prowess, and yet Ryan Coogler chose her over Jamie. That leads me to believe that this shawty has some crazy.
But here's the thing, though: did Ryan Coogler choose her?
Yeah, Ryan Coogler was one of the main people that was helping choose Storm, because she's gonna be in Black Panther 3.
Overall,
supposedly,
in terms of the cast, again, I do feel like it's a solid lineup. I feel like when we see them in the full X-Men, like everything, it will hit a lot more for people. But again, I don't really necessarily myself have any qualms with anyone that they chose. The Storm thing, the only thing that I do, and I talked to y'all about this before, in our private conversations, there's so many times in movies where you get the liberty to pick who or how you want the character to look, even when they're based on things that are different from the another iteration of where we would have seen the character at. That I just thought it really would have been a good opportunity to, like, really get somebody who embodies like a really full and robust African look. I just don't, how many times do we actually get to see them in a, like, in a light where it's an African woman, and it's a very beautiful light, and it's a very powerful light, and it's a very caressing light. When I think about the character Storm, that I wish that had have been something that would have been considered more in this decision. Just because I think about the impact that could have on little African girls who don't oftentimes get to see themselves looked at in that way. They may be able to see it in like a runway, but they don't get to necessarily see it in this world or in this realm. And this is the largest, and by largest I mean Hollywood, but is like the largest cinematic industry or platform in the world. To be able to have that little girl be able to see herself in that light, I just thought that would be really powerful. Whereas like you do get that for more, like for the African American woman, you do get instances of it in the MCU, such as the Riri Williams, such as the Monica Rambeau. There have been instances where you've been able to kind of have characters that you could latch onto and feel pride around, that having the more African featured woman play this role would have been, I just thought it was a missed opportunity, and is a little disappointing on that. Now, Maya Boyd as Storm specifically, it is a great casting for that. The comic character, shout out to Nino, even though Nino isn't here. Nino reminded us, Storm is of African American, is descendants of an African American and I believe Nigerian. Could be wrong about that.
Can you not believe?
Kenyan. Okay, so African American and Kenyan parents. And Maya Boyd does embody that. You know, she looks like what you would kind of get with that mix. So I don't think that it was at all a bad casting having Maya Boyd. She's a very beautiful woman at that. I do think that she was a great casting. And considering those things about the actual character, much as I do think the same thing for Sadie Sink, who kind of, when we think of Jean Grey, we think of the redhead. She's a very young actress. I do think that she fits very well, especially with what we were able to see with the new Spider-Man movie of her as Jean Grey. I'm not gonna lie to you. The actor who, I don't know anything about the actor who plays Charles Xavier.
Yeah, me neither.
But I was kind of like very funny and very just like silly of me, and a very childish kind of reaction from me. And how I had a reaction of him, I saw that he had hair. And I was like, how is he going to play Charles Xavier? But I looked at him more for his features, a little bit like harder. I tried to envision him without hair. And I was like, honestly, a younger Charles Xavier, he looks great. Like, he looks phenomenal for a young Charles Xavier. The actor for Cyclops was his name, Kit Connor.
Kit Connor.
Is that what it was? Yeah, I do think that he looks good for a young Cyclops. Mm-hmm. He matches it. Like I imagined him with the visor. I imagined him and that whole look, and I was like, yeah, this works. The young woman who plays Emma Frost is gorgeous. She looks like
she looked like Emma Frost.
She looks like Emma Frost. Like, she genuinely looks like somebody who would fit very well for Emma Frost. And then the young lady from Obsession who's playing Rogue. I'm terrible with names, so that's why I'm doing
Indy
that.
Navarrete.
She's very beautiful as well. All of the female cast that they got are very beautiful women, and she looks like a really wonderful take on Rogue. It doesn't exactly shoot out to me as the Rogue from the comic books, but nonetheless, it is a very beautiful actress who I really do think will look really good and more importantly than that, act very well for the character of Rogue. And she has a nerdier side too, so I'm very curious to see how that kind of plays a part in what she wants and what she's willing to bring to the character. I love it. I thought it was great for what they were going for. I think they really did a good job at hitting on it with this casting.
Yeah, the nail on the head. Christopher Abbott is the oldest at 40 years old. Samara Weaving comes in as the second oldest, and she's 34 years old.
They'll be with us for a while.
Yes, they will.
You know, they'll be with us for a while. I mean, we look at it. Robert Downey Jr. has been with us for what, 18 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's 67, something like that.
Early 60s, I believe.
Okay, so that would have put him at mid 40s when he came in.
I believe so. He's 61. Yeah.
So,
mid 40s, I believe.
You know, knowing that he came in around 43 and he was able to give us 18 years with the MCU, the youngest being, or the oldest here being 40.
And that's Professor X.
Exactly.
Damn.
Somebody who we expect to be older. That makes me feel good that we'll be able to get 20 years or something close to 20 years out of this X-Men, which is perfect frame of thinking from Marvel. This is you could play the hand applause thing for this for me, in my opinion.
I think he kind of reminds me of the Professor X from X-Men 97. Yeah, Professor X from X-Men 97.
He looks,
reminds me
when if you get yourself in the if you take the hair away, because I'm not gonna lie to you, the hair is a hard part to kind of move past.
Yeah.
But if you take the hair away, funny fact too, you know that he's T don't like him. Y'all know why T don't like him, right?
What? Who? Christopher Abbott?
Professor X, the actor. Yeah.
Why?
It's a very specific reason as to why T will not ever like Professor X.
Why?
Why is that?
Do you know who Professor X's wife is? T, you ain't never gonna like Professor X. Ever.
Yeah.
Like it
He
doesn't
looking it
matter.
up.
He's
You
never.
hear how he type him? Yeah.
Yeah. T might be done with the show.
If
T
y'all
might
don't
be done
know,
with the show.
Aubrey Plaza. That's what your ass get too. That's beautiful.
But
Didn't she play Death in Agatha All Along?
Yep. So T will never like Professor. I just want to reiterate that for anybody watching this show. Just please keep in the back of your mind, T will never like Professor X.
They just had their first child together too. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll double down on that. Sage is always going to like Professor X. Sage will always like. Sage will always like Professor X.
Yeah.
But no, when you take the hair away, I'm glad that you used the X-Men 97. Like he really looks like Professor X. Like he really does
eyebrows.
fit. Yeah, like I can see the entire. I can see it. Like I can fully see him as Professor X.
It's okay. People fall apart. Things happen.
They just had their first baby last month.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. I'm playing a long game. I'm good.
They all mogging like the X-Men 97. Like
Good
it be
for
points.
Him. He's gonna play a great Professor X.
This nigga's hurt. It be points. It be points at X-Men 97 where characters just look at the screen and you just like, damn, this motherfucker look good. Like you got Gambit mogging, you got Storm mogging, Jean Grey, Wolverine, even Wolverine and everything like that. This is the cast that I'm looking at.
Who's gonna play Gambit though?
I believe there was like rumors that Gambit is going to be something later on down the line. They're not bringing him in because it just promote too much confusion, I believe.
Yeah,
with Channing Tatum.
So what? Wait. Was Gambit in the Children of the Atom storyline?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think they're more inclined to introduce Nightcrawler, possibly an Iceman, possibly an Angel, possibly a Beast as well. More so than they do Gambit, and then Gambit comes in like the second or third movie or something like that with the new actor playing the role, which works perfectly fine for me. Perfectly fine for me, but there's just a few things that I need them to hit on. Rogue gotta have an interaction with Miss Marvel. If they end up doing a new Captain Marvel movie, this would be the perfect time to do a Captain Marvel movie, especially if you're trying to do more cosmic storylines. Bring in Rogue, have her be an accomplice or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. Alongside a movie or show her background and fraternizing with Captain Marvel. Other than that though, hey nigga, I'm all fair game. This is a great looking cast. They got Jake Schreier. He made Thunderbolts. Great film. They cooking with gas to me. And Sadie Sink
didn't even realize that was the director.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw, I made a parallel in our chat. I said I thought that after seeing Sadie Sink that the X-Men were gonna have more of a feel similar to the Thunderbolts. So I didn't realize that it was the Thunderbolts director as well. So like I mean, this is really, for me, this is all news that I personally will want to hear. Like all of this, everything about this.
You investing in the people that got shit done. Jake Schreier took a film full of B, C-list characters that nobody really genuinely didn't care about and made people care about them. And now you giving him a team where everybody cares about them, and he's gonna be able to. I can only imagine the heights that he's able to take them, and they're super young too. You could do a whole lot of storylines. You could actually build up to a Phoenix saga and not have it be half-assed and thrown on to you second movie in, and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? Type of thing. Damn near we already see the bits and pieces of it from Spider-Man.
Because I think especially in the beginning they're gonna be a little bit more heavy-handed with X-Men. Because I do still believe that the plan with Marvel, this is just my opinion, but I do believe that the plan with Marvel is that there's gonna a lot of things in terms of the silver screen IPs that we will see will be team-based IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that it's gonna be X-Men heavy, it's gonna be Avengers heavy, it's gonna be Thunderbolts heavy, it's gonna be like New Avengers, all of that, all of those things. I think that is the future for them because of the success from it. I think unless your name is Spider-Man, unless your name is possibly like a Wolverine,
Black Panther.
Black Panther, unless your name is something like that, I don't think that they're gonna take the chance with a single film. They may troubleshoot you through a team, and if you end up ranking, if you end up performing well or getting a huge fan reaction, then at that point they'll pivot you to like maybe your own TV show, and then if that's successful, then you get your own standalone film. But it is very few characters where I feel like you're gonna just they're gonna have that opportunity or that chance. Deadpool, I would also add to that list.
All right. Give me y'all final rankings for this casting, director included, I guess, or you can remove the director. We already knew that. Give me your rankings out of 10 for this. I give it a
9.5.
9.5. 9 to 9.5. Nothing less.
Everybody gets a 9.5 except Abbott. He gets about a 1. Respectfully, of course.
That's understandable.
So we average out, like, let's say we average out at like 8.
8.5.
Yeah,
it's somewhere around there.
For one reason,
he get a
only.
1. I'm surprised
But
he got
like,
a
I
point.
hear you.
He didn't get half a point.
My 0.5 come from just only because of personal disappointment, though. It doesn't come from anything that they did wrong.
Yeah.
It just comes from the fact that I think, again, I just think it was a lost opportunity to represent a huge body of people and make them feel the same way a lot of kids felt when Black Panther came out. I think they lost that opportunity with this, with how all of this came together. But I don't think that they did anything wrong. And I really don't want my words to come off as me saying, like, screw Maya Boyd because of that. She seems phenomenal. She seems like a blast. She's very beautiful. She really does matches what what Storm should be and look like. I offer no discredit to her at all in that. My opinion stems from just things that personally have irked me in the grander scheme of Hollywood, not anything that anybody at Marvel, Disney, or Maya did.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that she's a lot darker than these pictures make it out to be.
Yeah, but it still is like it's
not
still
like what's the one lady's name? I can't remember. Jodie Turner-Smith. Not that dark skin.
Yeah, like, see, and that, like, that's why I appreciated that actress, because it's kind of like us, it gives us a offering of that. But Jodie Turner-Smith's, well, no, hold on, I'm sorry, that's not the same lady that played Monica's mother, right?
No.
Like, when we got the lady that played Monica's
she was in Queen
mother,
and Slim.
Okay, yeah, okay, no, totally different person, but the lady who played Monica's mother, as much as I do love that they included her in the MCU because of the representation, and she was in terms of a character in the character's narrative, she was a great character for that. But the two things about that actress in that role was it was always meant to be looked at as a side character, which took away from that kind of prevalence. And on top of that, that actress, the character, and that actress's aesthetic matches more so of a stereotype around women of that skin tone. And that's no diss to the actress at all, and that's not even a diss to the character in the MCU in that. But it, again, the things that I would like to see for women of that shade is for them to be looked at not necessarily for the strength aspect of it, more so as the beauty aspect of it.
I understand.
Right.
I understand. Too many times dark-skinned women have been portrayed as more masculine, and that doesn't necessarily highlight
Dark skinned women are beautiful.
their beauty. Yeah, they are.
And are
They are.
womanly, you know? That shouldn't
Yeah.
be something that they shouldn't
They
feel.
also have the masculine as well. It's not like one is overtaking the
Well,
other
it's a
type of
spectrum
thing.
for everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, imagine if every time that I did a super heroic blonde haired woman, I made her like Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
You know, would that be a fair representation of all blonde haired women? You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Said, why the fuck is this shit playing right now? That is right though. That is right. You know, hopefully Hollywood gets to it at some point in time.
Yeah, it just won't be this time.
Yeah, it won't be this time, no. All right, let's end it off with what everybody has been waiting on, so we could go and watch this damn Lantern show. The new Avengers Doomsday trailer. This is the one that they played at San Diego Comic-Con that they did not release to the public until D23 happened, and specifically happened Friday night. Let me see if I can share this real quick. Oh, do this. Do this. And boom. All right, there we go. And let's tap into it.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable
This not the.
decision.
This is the old one. All right, hold on. I'm sitting here confused. I'm like, nigga, I feel like I've heard this before.
Nice job, Batman.
All right, but where's the recent one? Where's the recent one? Where's the recent one? There we go. All right, I got you now. I got you now, bud. Tried to hold me.
Victor was the
There we
smartest guy in every room.
First joint. This look cold.
He used to be different.
This look cold as hell.
He used to be
What the hell?
kind. He used to be caring. And then everything he loved was taken from him. I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Victor, did you do this? All of you have lived, stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Answer me, Victor! Did you do this? I swear, you will beg for hell long before I grant it.
Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
I'm telling. If niggas was not excited for this shit before, I know for a fact niggas is gonna be parked firmly in that fucking theater the night that this joint releases, and we won't hear a peep of what niggas been saying for the past couple of years about Marvel. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
All right, let me just say my biggest point to the trailer is I'm gonna start with criticism. I still hate that voice. It's not going anywhere. But outside of that, no, it was solid. It's good. It's good. I mean, I'm excited for it. I man, like I said, it just all goes back to the story. I know the way it looks. I know the way Doom looks. I know the way the characters are. How the depth of characters that we have, and how that's gonna lead to a very incredible cinematic experience. I understand all of that, but everything still all points for me personally back to the story. I have to see how the story actually unfolds, how it actually is told. That's gonna be that my entire ranking and everything on it is gonna be on that. I have an expectation of everything else being good. I need to have a really good story to go along with it. But the trailer, everything looks like immaculate on that I could see from it. Doom coming out of the window, I didn't even really peep that in full totality the first time I saw it, but boy did that like sent chills down my spine seeing it the second time here on the show.
Oh, when he got knocked out the window and then just flagged on him with ore farming?
When he just landed.
Yeah, so apparently he got hit by Mjolnir in that scene, and it didn't really do nothing to him. So when he came out there, he just pretty much just like, you saw how he landed, he's just like ore farming like crazy.
Yeah. But it was a great aura farm moment, I think.
If you look at his cloak too, let me bring it back up. You kind of get the same thing that we've seen from Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, when he was dreamwalking. Let me see if I can do this speed.
Honestly, I would mute it and play it on loop.
You're right. You see it? It was almost like when he went to fight against Sinister Strange. Was it Sinister Strange or was it? Oh, no. He was stuck in the other reality, and he had to. He dreamwalked with the Doctor Strange that went to his reality, if I'm not mistaken. Something along that lines. I can't remember. Nonetheless, it reminds me exactly of that. Supposedly, Doctor Doom has 2 fits in this movie as well. Mm-hmm. And if you know about some recent Doom stories, there's one where it's the Doom Above All or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, where the main Doctor Doom goes through other universes and takes other Doctor Dooms as his slaves, basically, cuts their tongues out and forces them to work for him. And people think that they're just Doom bots, but they're actual Doctor Dooms from other realities type of thing. You got a whole lot of shit. And this trailer makes me laugh a little bit because it looks like all of the things that fans were worried about. Oh, what Dr. Doom and Reed doesn't have a backstory or anything like that. Like, we haven't seen that in the theaters. And then they're like, oh, well, let's just drop this in the trailer just so y'all niggas can get off, stop nitpicking type of shit. Like, obviously Reed and Doom have a backstory. And now we're showing it to you. Now we got to force feed it to you, which is some of the things I hate about the MCU, that they got to do it, but they have to do it regardless. But I'm liking it. We're getting a little bit more of what Doom is doing this for, a little bit of a reason. Now I'm curious how that story unfolds for him to get to this way, how he finesses all the superhero teams, and then how he wins. I'm super curious.
I also the outfit changed because we saw the 2 different outfits, and there's a little bit more regalness in what looks to be the later outfit, and we see him wearing that here, and it is after Carnage. Something's happened, and Thor is pissed off about it. Mr. Fantastic is pissed off about it. So I'm very curious exactly what exactly is happening in the story at that point. Are we already at the point where we're moving into what would be Battle World, or what would be the things that kind of set up Secret Wars, or is this something where this is just like almost like maybe halfway through the movie, and it's only just one instance of exactly what type of carnage Doom can incur for
I think it's
heroes.
Right before the end of the second half.
Right
from the leaks, if the leaks are correct, then what is it? Thor and Steve go to the TVA, find Loki's body, type of thing, and then they find out Doom did it, and then they go and confront Doom immediately after that. So I
And
think
this is
this is
that
right.
confrontation.
I think it's right here. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, what did he just get done doing? Because look at the world and environment around you, and then placement wise, it's kind of hard to exactly know when or where or what is going on, because you got the Sentinels that are on the ground that he rises. So it's like, is this what's happening in the X-Men's universe? Is this what's happening in the main MCU universe? And there was a lot that transpired before, to the point where you even have Sentinels there. Or like, I'm very excited to know exactly what's going, like, just what is happening.
Very nice. T, you got any thoughts?
I'm just here waiting on December 17th to go see this movie.
All right. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Overall, anything else? They didn't really show anything new. This is a clean ass shot, I'm not gonna lie. Clean ass shot. And supposedly, with all this light in the background, supposedly from the leaks, this is as an incursion is happening. So, like now brought up just now, this could be, I'm assuming that this is the X-Men's world. I think this fountain is right in front of the X-Mansion. Obviously the Sentinels and everything like that, only the X-Men would be privy to the Sentinels. I think this is the X-Men's world. I think the incursion is probably Earth 616 up there, because it has the same type of color palette as the one that Professor X is seeing earlier in that first trailer, outside his window type of thing. So, man, it's gonna be some beautiful sights,
Which makes sense too. Just before you go forward on that point, you just made me think of something. Kevin Feige got his start with X-Men. So it kind of makes sense that he will want a lot of this film shot in the X-Men universe.
Giving them their send-off.
Right.
Proper send-off. And then supposedly, like, this could be where Magneto uses the New Jersey type of thing, because this looks like, if I'm not mistaken, somebody said that this was New York City that got cooked like this, because somebody brought up like the Chrysler Building or something like that as one of these buildings. And they could be this kind of looks like New York City. It's a metropolis type of area type of thing. So I wouldn't be, but God, like, some of these shots just look absolutely amazing. And I don't think we got shots like this in Endgame or Infinity War. Not wide scale destruction
level.
to this magnitude, which I think helps again with upping that power scaling in which they're doing for this film. It's just beautiful. Chef's kiss, man. CGI looks to be somewhat good. And I hope at some point in time now you could get past the voice, because that voice do sound banger. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I hate it. I don't think that I will. I really genuinely don't think that I will. I would have rather this went in the lab and they went and got like Hans Zimmer or somebody
to do the voice.
Go get the sound engineer. You know, this is where you alley-oop to the sound engineer to me, and they didn't. They just, Robert Downey Jr. said, "I want to do the voice," and they said, "We're paying you millions. You absolutely can do the voice."
Somebody
Shuri,
also said,
"I'm glad you froze here." Well, I'm sorry, you go first.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'm glad that you froze on Shuri, because I did have this thought while I was watching it too. The dialogue, how it lines up with the all of you have had storied lives. You know, I wonder if Shuri is going to have a larger part to play in the movie, for the simple fact of her life has been turmoil and everything that we've seen. Like, does Doom have any sympathy for her? Does he have any... You know, does she bring that up in the movie? Like, you talking about all of these people had great lives. I've lost everyone. I've had my city, I've had my country, my area drowned.
My mama, my brother.
Like, does she have a big moment in here? Because this literally is over the story lives. Like, it's right after it. But this, you know, if these things are meant to be intentional, like how the framing is positioned with the actual voicing, right? And I don't know, maybe it's not. It very well could not be. But if there is anything about this that's intentional, does she speak up about that? Like when you talking about everybody else is like, but what about mine? And you about to make it worse. And what do you have to say for yourself in regards to that? Because there have been times in the comics where people have like went to Doom like that, and he ain't really had an answer for it. He just kind of went into the whole "you'll hate me now, but thank me later" kind of spiel. So I wonder, is there a moment where he essentially introduces us to that side of his character, because that is a titular part of Doom's character, the idea of I'm doing this for your own good. I know more, I know better about your own good than you do.
That would be nice to see. Hopefully they do. And I mean, the Russo brothers never have done Black Panther wrong. Every time that they've used, I'm not gonna say that. Actually, I'll take it back. It makes sense why Black Panther wasn't there for after Infinity War Endgame until like the last 10% of the movie. It makes sense. But other than that, like Captain America Civil War, Black Panther was introduced there. He did fucking phenomenal there. Everybody loved him there. Even Infinity War, everybody loved him there too. So I think they're gonna do something with Black. Hopefully, Letitia Wright's Black Panther.
When we reset the universe, is Letitia Wright? Does her Black Panther, Shuri's Black Panther, does she do the same thing that T'Challa's Black Panther did in Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars?
Such as
he took I can't remember which stone it was, but right when everything was being reset by Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
He took the stone and made it so that way he was one of the people who remember everything that happened. Does that happen with Shuri? And is that like where they're kind of because I'm sure if Ryan Coogler is at the point, he was talking about, they were working on the idea of what the script or what the continuation would be beyond this around the same time that they would have been talking about these same things for Secret Wars and Doomsday. So did they kind of work something out in terms of how exactly Shuri's role plays a part into Black Panther 3?
That'd be interesting.
It is very interesting to think about that. Like, what would that look like? Yeah, like I'm very curious. I really am curious. Probably more. She probably is one of the top 3 characters that I'm very curious about. Exactly what does she look like across these next 2 movies? And I think that how they position Shuri's Black Panther, and I think for some reason I'm getting a feeling that Nino would disagree with me. But I do think that in terms of them weaving this story in a very good, like very well-fashioned story, her character should be one that's utilized very much so in regards to either back and forth dialogue or positioning. That's all I got, though.
It'd be great. RDJ was caught with this Avengers themed jacket. Got a lot of people speculating that we might see this little patch right here. We might actually see, it actually says Ghost Rider. We might actually see Ghost Rider in Doomsday, and Secret Wars potentially.
Secret Wars I can see, but Doomsday I don't.
See some other things.
I think a lot of characters are left out in Doomsday.
Probably.
For the simple fact of because they do know that they got to build a story.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if y'all peeped the whole Ryan Reynolds Wolverine thing that happened at E23. Where they made that funny sketch where Wolverine said, well, if y'all got room, me and Ryan will be down to be in Doomsday. So I think they'll probably, I'd say about 15 minutes of screen time for each of them together. Probably have like a funny moment at the TVA or something.
We already got the leaks about Tobey Maguire fighting fucking Wolverine to start the movie off. It's already as soon as I seen Hugh Jackman talk about that, I'm like, yeah, he's in there, and he's probably fighting Tobey Maguire.
If he's not, though, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's true.
Also, what if the leak for that is Secret Wars? Like, you know how that's why I said I don't really put that much into the leaks. Because the thing about the leaks is the leaks will get something right, but they don't necessarily get all of it right. So what if the setting they got wrong, but the actual scene they got right, and this actual scene takes place in Secret Wars?
I only think that is Doomsday because, like they're doing for the old X-Men cast, I think they've been waiting a long time to have a Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman on the screen, so it wouldn't make sense to have them fighting in Secret Wars and then turn around and then now they're helping each other. Let's say they fight in Doomsday, something happens, worlds end up colliding, world is dead.
Well, that is why they could end up fighting. If it's like Hickman's Secret Wars, that would still fit.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. I think they want to have it. I think they want to have them fighting in the first movie, and then it's a lot understandable for them to be together in that second movie. Because a lot of the rumors were saying, "Oh, Tobey Maguire's universe is dead," but we also assume that Loki might save them because Wolverine technically stays in that universe because he's tired of doing this shit, allegedly, from the rumors. So I think that's just a perfect way to just start a film. I feel like I'm 90% sure that that's how Doomsday starts.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones. And if I'm wrong, then we'll come back in this zone the day after Doomsday. Shit, we might do a special pod the night of. Who knows? To talk about our first thoughts and everything like that. But if you haven't tapped into this, there's some more things. You got Bob's, you got Obadiah, Beast, Bucky, Fantastic Four, obviously, with the little cross to it. Lang, I can't remember what this one was. Ultron down there too. just genuinely curious, you know? Genuinely curious, super excited about this. And I hope it passes our expectation. We're in a crazy time, gentlemen, for comic book movie or entertainment material.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got Spider-Verse next year. We got fucking Doomsday this year. We got Secret Wars next year. It's just all over the place, brother. Lanterns tonight.
Batman.
Just all over the place. Batman. Oh.
Clayface coming later this year.
Clayface 2. Clayface actually looking somewhat decent, I ain't gonna lie. Robert Pattinson also, I don't know if y'all seen, but recently Robert Pattinson agreed to 3 overall movie deals. He's gonna do a trilogy and then he's done after that.
That's crazy.
Yep. So
how is that? Yeah, bro. DC gotta figure some stuff out for sure.
Hey, but then the good thing, HBO Max is trending right now. So that could be because of the Lanterns, you know.
Yeah,
Only one episode dropped. But y'all got any other things for Doomsday or anything else?
No.
All right, y'all.
Gonna go watch some Green Lantern or some Lanterns.
Expeditiously, John Stewart. Support them black folks. You feel me? Support your kinfolk. Nonetheless, we appreciate y'all yet again for stopping on by the Squad Nero. If you're coming from that YouTube side, please make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button for us, and that noti bell so you can stay up to date with any new projects that we have coming out from the channel and the pod. We will be waiting patiently for these movies to drop. And we were talking about possibly like having some watch parties with some of the older Marvel movies to get ready for Doomsday. We'll have to figure that out. I'm assuming probably Discord, because that'll probably be the easiest way for us to watch it with other people. Obviously, we won't be able to stream it, but we'll figure that out, and then we'll let y'all know the timetable for that if that is something in the future for us. Nonetheless, appreciate y'all yet again for stopping on by, and we shall catch y'all next week. Peace. You know, that was a nice tidbit. Now, I appreciate.